Привет всем. Hi, everybody. You are watching this because you have not yet participated in the structured Zine brainstorm. If you have, this will be a repeat, so you could go ahead and go to the other group of people, or you could just participate in it again because you could actually do this as many times as you want. So what you're going to need for this activity is a piece of paper, and it could be a small piece of paper like mine. It could be an 8.5 by 11. It could be a giant paper, it doesn't matter, but a blank piece of paper and something to write with, a pen or a pencil. So you can go ahead and pause me if you need a second to go and get that. Otherwise, what you're going to do is take the piece of paper. I wish I had a blank one to show you with, but you take the piece of paper and you're just going to fold it in half and in half again. So you're going to just have 4 sections on your paper. And in the first section of your paper, I want you to write down in that square or rectangle the potential themes of the zine. So these are themes that Bex and I brainstormed together. They're just suggestions for you to work with. And so you're going to go ahead and write down number 1, war and migration. Number 2, disability, illness, and health. Number 3, de-assimilation and cultural reclamation. Number 4, queer family. And number 5, archiving history. So again, pause as needed to write all those down. I think they're probably also in an email sent to you, and Bex might go over them. And so what you're going to do now is circle one of those. So just pick one that you're drawn to right now, that you have something to express about. Don't think too hard about it. And if that's too hard, you can just like pick a number or close your eyes and just pick one. So you're just not getting hung up on which one. Okay, so I picked war and migration. And so what you're going to do next is you're going to move into the second box and go ahead and write down whatever you chose. So I wrote war and migration at the top of mine. And really, I think the larger theme was responses to war, colonialism, imperialism, migration, home, and diaspora. So that's a big topic. So go ahead and now you're going to take 2 minutes. So this is a really important part. If I was here with you, I would time you and I would like say start and then I would call you back when I say stop. But since I'm not here, go ahead and use your own timer, but it is important to time yourself and give yourself a limit. So go ahead and set 2 minutes on your timer. And what you're going to do once you hit go is you're just going to brainstorm whatever has been coming up for you around this topic. And you can write in the box, you can draw in the box, you can just make a list of words like free association, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do that for 2 minutes. And when the 2 minutes is up, you can come back. Okay, so I'm assuming you spent your 2 minutes. So now you have the topics here. You have one box filled out with some ideas. And now you're going to move into the second half of your paper and you're going to put 4 minutes on your timer. Okay, so we're doubling the time. And in the 4 minutes, you're actually going to stay with that same theme, but you're going to go deeper. And you are going to just develop your idea a little more. So if in the first box you had just done a list, now you can really draw or write an idea that's coming up for you on that same theme and try to stick to this box for I guess, this box for 4 minutes. Okay, so set your timer and then come back in 4 minutes. Okay, welcome back. So in the last box, you're going to set your timer for just 3 minutes. So we're going to a shorter time and you have a choice. You can either try a whole different theme. So you can return to your first box and pick a new topic. Like, now I want to write about queer family. I just want to see what comes up. So you can try a whole different theme, or if you're really into what you're doing over here, you could just keep developing it. So sticking with that same theme, you can keep writing or drawing, or maybe your mind is going like, oh, I want to include a map, or, oh, I want to find that one poem I read that relates to this. So you could just make little notes for yourself and put 3 minutes on your timer. And then when you're done, you can come back. Okay, so now you're back and you have your sheet entirely filled out, and you will have only spent 10 minutes doing this, maybe a little more if you were pausing. And a really important part of this process is to share. So hopefully you are in a group of people and it's not just you. And if you're in a group of people, of course, completely voluntary, you might just want to share what came up for you, what ideas were coming out, what you found yourself writing about. How did it feel? Is there something you want to keep working on? Yeah, so give each person a few minutes. I'm not sure how much time you all have, but give each person a few minutes to just go around and share. And then as you can see, I've done it twice. So I did this one at our first, I did this one to prepare, and then I did this one at one of the other workshops I ran. And I feel like, yeah, it's really helpful to get the words out, the ideas developing a little more. I can share a little bit too, especially if you're by yourself and maybe you don't have a buddy. I could be your buddy. You can just stop the record. You can stop the video and not listen to me now if you want. But I was writing a lot about Palestine, and the word that came up for me over and over is putatil, which is betrayer or traitor. That's what my dad called me, literally called me and called me on the phone. And I've just been in a lot of conflict with my family, with my dad for a long time around Palestine, but with like pretty much all my family except for my sibling, since October 7th. And I was just writing and drawing about how I had plane tickets to the US and Israel. And then I was reflecting a lot actually on the Russia's war in Ukraine and the way that um, caused my family to move to, a lot of my family to move to Israel or to try to get Israeli citizenship just in the last year. And so now they are newly very Zionist, and that's causing a lot of conflict and a lot of how I feel that my tie to the place I was born is really thin at this point because I'm not even really talking to my family there. So I was getting in touch with a lot of grief and rage. And then I also did another section on my chronic illness. And I hadn't really thought about how it was tied to my family, but I got really into that and ableism. So that's it. You could bring this little, you could keep working on this and develop it into an entry, or you could just bring this little piece of paper to our retreat. My goal, my hope is that this was not too overwhelming and showed you how many ideas you really have. So thanks for watching.